5S and how it applies to construction? I've talked to you before about 5S, but now I'm going to explain when and where you can use it on site. And so we've talked about 5S, but where do we apply it? Would you like to know the 6 areas you can use it starting tomorrow? And the 6 suggestions that you can use and implement to make it more effective for you? If so, you've come to the right place. So this video is going to be different than any other video that you've ever seen about 5S. I'm going to explain where it applies and how you can use it. But before we begin, I do want to explain one more time what it is. Then we will cover specifically where you can implement it and how you can implement it on your project. So 5S is number 1, sort, which means you get rid of what you don't need. Number 2, straighten, which means that you organize and straighten what you have left and what you do need. Number 3, sweep or shine, which means once you have what you need and it's all organized, sweep, clean, shine, make sure that the area is clean. Number 4, standardize your systems. So you would consider things like shadow boarding or making the cleaning process easier, or providing hangers, or getting better tools, or simplifying the task, right? You will standardize your processes. And then 5, sustain the habit every day. That is 5S. So 5S is amazing. I mean, it works in business, it works in creating cultures, it works in manufacturing facilities, it works on the shop floor, it works with our crews, with their gang boxes, it works on our job sites, it works everywhere. So I absolutely love it. Let me give you one other perspective, which is new. I doubt you've heard this before, which doesn't make it wrong, but let me give you another perspective on it. And there are people that go from 5S to 6S and they add safety, or there are people that have 9S and 3S. Paul Akers says 3S. Just do the sort, straighten, sweep, or shine, and don't even worry about the other 2 to get started. Just do 3S, right? And there are a lot of folks in the industry that will make fun of that. Oh, it's supposed to be 5S. What about 3? What, 9? Oh my gosh. You know, like they make fun of people. And I don't think that's very wise. Meaning that the original version of this, of 5S, was the way we learned it when we learned it from its lean origins. And that's how they used it back then. That's frozen in time. If somebody wants to add a 6th S to it, or reduce it to 3, or have 9 S's, and it works for them, that's totally fine. I don't think it's wise to criticize people. I'm going to give you a specific 7S pattern that fits more closely to project management for all of you project managers and superintendents out there. So here we go. And I'm not saying you have to stick with this. I'm just saying if you ever let me do this. If you ever say, 5S, that doesn't apply, I want it simpler, then go with Paul Akers 3S. Just do sort, straighten, and sweep or shine. If you're like, safety is a big deal, go to your 6S and add safety, right? And if you're more in management, maybe consider the 7S that I'm about to give you now. So number 1, structure. When you are managing something, first you have to structure it. So if you are creating a job site or a job site plan, or a laydown area, or even your office space, you first have to structure it. And you have to understand what that structure is. That leads to the second S, which is C. So this, when you get into the management realms, I'm specifically talking about things like schedules, plans, approaches, contracts. In order for us to actually finish the rest of the S's, you would have to see them. So not only is it now structured, but it should be in a highly visible format so you can see it. The third S would then be to say, hey, for this plan, for this system, for this process, for this project plan, whatever it is that we're looking at, can we sort and get rid of anything we don't need? And then go into straighten, which means anything as a part of that plan, that system, that structure, that process, that management tool, can it be organized, whatever we still need as a part of that process or that system. And then 5, this is different from the normal 5S, I would say sequence. This is especially applicable when it comes to planning, right? Once you have structured something, you can see it, you have reduced it to its component parts, its necessary component parts, straightened everything and organized everything, you'll need to make sure that you have it in sequence. That's especially crucial for plans, for schedules, for TAC planning. Everything starts to really make sense once it's now in sequence and once it's in order. And then you can go to 6, standardize that process and sustain that habit. So whether you get something out of that or not, I do want you to know that you can modify the 5S approach, and that when you're in management, you might need to add the structure, C, and sequence parts of the S system. And if you like that and you like that concept and that explanation, I would love it if you would like this video and consider subscribing and staying with me, because I love taking these concepts to real application in the field of construction. And we cannot forget about the management applications. So now let's actually talk about where can we implement 5S on the job. Number one, this is easy, this is low-hanging fruit, gang boxes. How many times have we gone out to the project site and we see really wonderful people, educated people, skilled craftsmen and women out there, and they have to go rummage around in nasty old gang boxes or nasty like equipment supply boxes or whatever the case may be. Could we go 5S those consistently so that when you open up that gang box, it's beautiful? I only have what I need. It's all organized. It's clean. We got standard systems. We got hooks. We got shadow boards. We've got specific containers for our consumables. Like, how much more productive would our people be if we used 5S for things like gang boxes? Number two, shop floor organization. Whether you're in a manufacturing facility, a prefab shop, or you're just out there on the actual floor and you've organized your station, your logistics, could you use 5S in your work area? The answer for me is yes. Number three, staging areas. When we have a logistical staging area on the project site, I hate it when you can't access it, when everything's out in the mud. There's no dunnage. It's not organized. There's trash everywhere, and it looks like a nightmare. Let's implement 5S on our staging areas. Number four, our inventory control and our consumables. There are a lot of contractors that will have certain types of fittings, screws, nails, lots of different parts that I would call their consumable that they consume on a constant basis as a part of their project, and it should be easy for people to go grab those screws or those nails or those saw blades or those pencils or whatever it is, right? And go grab them, know when they're low so they know to reorder it, but also to keep it organized to where we don't waste them and to where it's easy to access them. Number five, you can even bring this into the office. Why be in a nasty, dusty, dirty, horrific office space with baby poop brown walls where nobody wants to be, right? Like, let's have beautiful environments, and 5S our offices. Like, why not walk in to gang boxes or trade offices or the GC offices and find them that they're 5S, right? There's only things in there that we need. It's organized. It's clean and swept and nice, right? And that we have standards for everything that we do. We have a place to hang up hard hats. We have a place for paperwork. We have a place for the meeting system. We have standards for everything, and then we sustain that habit on a daily basis. Bring 5S into your office. And number six, and you can't forget this one, use 5S as a part of your department or your company or your organization as a part of your culture. For instance, at Lean Tact and Elevate, we encourage all of our workers every day to 5S their workstations or their files or their computer, and to take time every day, like Paul Akers says, to fix what bugs them so that they can come up with lean improvements. And in fact, we do a lean improvement every day as a part of our organization. I promise you, if you try it, it might take some months to implement, but it will pay dividends. And let me leave you with 6 really great ideas that you should consider as you're implementing 5S. Number one, consider the motto or the saying or the practice of nothing hits the floor. How awesome would our projects be if nothing hit the floor? We always put it somewhere, especially in a trash can if it was trash. Number two, what if everything was on wheels or on carts or on pallets so that it could be easily moved and color-coded by trade? Number three, just-in-time deliveries. That's a part of the 5S system, right? We don't need things at the place of work before we need them, and we need them at the right time. So the proper implementation of just-in-time deliveries is huge, which means it can come to the vendor or through a staging yard, but it doesn't come to the place of work until we need it. That is a huge component of 5S. Number four, cord maintenance. Cord maintenance is huge. Why should we be tripping over and having to get down off the lift and move cords all the time? If you want to have a really nice 5S site, make sure that you have proper cord maintenance. Number five, clear walkways and access. I just love this. There can't be anything more 5S-ish than if you could walk and access your areas and your work properly, and that they're clean and safe and clear. And number six, always consider having cleaning stations. You can't really 5S if you don't have the ability to organize or sweep or shine. So having cleaning areas or cleaning stations or the proper tools at, like, let's say the stair towers or at the elevator lobby or at other places, like having the right tools is key to being able to do 5S. And I want to give a shout out to my homies over at Mortensen. I saw that they had a really beautiful book about 5S. In fact, when I saw it, these things stuck in my mind and have become a part of this video. And when I go to a lot of their projects, you can see that they really care about 5S. And they've really taught me how to apply it in the field. So a shout out to my homies at Mortensen. And so in order for you to implement this and really feel like you're on top of it, I'm going to leave you in the description below to a podcast that really digs deep into this concept, and to a summarized blog post that lists out these concepts. I hope everyone gets to that Mortensen level where everyone has a booklet showing how they implement 5S, and that it becomes a part of our mentality, and that our projects look beautiful so that we can do our work. Because just like Paul Akers said, cleanliness, organization, and safety is the beginning of everything. That's when you can see. That's when you see problems. That's when you fix problems. That's when you gain traction, like Gino Wickman said. That's when you become lean. It all starts with cleanliness. It all starts with 5S. On we go.